I watched all of these 30 days challenges where you train your calves every day and you grow nothing. You literally grow nothing. Nobody cares about your calves. They are the forearms of your legs. But since you don't train legs so you can train arms, you don't care. Here is the issue. I know many of you who are watching this video has never put a single effort into your training, and I was one of them. And then I recorded a video of me doing Bulgarian split squats, and then I uploaded it, and one of my clients watched it and said, is it normal that your calves are disproportionately smaller than your legs? And then it hit me. From nobody caring about calves, I realized people do in fact look at your calves and then look at the whole package in general, and they say things like this because they notice your calves. And then I talked to my viewers and many of my clients, and I got to the conclusion that nobody trains their calves, or even if they do, they don't put in any effort into their training. But whenever someone mentions that, oh, it's a bit small, but then they are quick to blame their genetics instead of taking personal accountability. So people care about your calves, and this is why millions of you are watching these challenges, because you think that if you do it for 30 days, then you can just slap a band-aid on your calves and it is going to fix it. But as you can see, it didn't grow. Like, there was no growth. I trained for 9 months straight for 2 reasons. First, I'm not a newbie. But even if you are an advanced lifter, if you never train the muscle, it can still experience newbie gains. And the second reason is because building muscle takes time. Even if you are a newbie, you can go to the gym, but after 1 month, you're not going to be jacked. And it's the same with advanced lifters, even if they are experiencing newbie gains. So taking both of these things into consideration, I realized that 1 month is just not going to cut it. So let's make it 9. And there are only 3 mistakes that you can make. Only 3. And everybody makes all of these mistakes, without exception. And the first one is not holding the stretch. The calves are unique muscles and they only grow when you are stretching them. You can argue with this fact, disagree, but your calves are speaking for themselves. Not pushing your sets close to failure. And this sounds obvious, but you're still not doing it. And using the wrong exercise. You literally have 2 options. A seated one and a standing. And many people just use the seated one. It's just wrong. Look, you don't need to be a biologist. You can easily use the tensing it test and then see if it's actually working. So all you have to do is, this is the seated position, right? That tens your calves. There is nothing here because it's the outside that's going to be on you. But this, the soleus, is completely tensed. Now if you stand up and you have your legs straight, it's going to be the opposite. Your calves are going to be completely tensed, and those are also the muscle, the gastroc, that has the potential to grow. The soleus doesn't have much. So this only means one thing. Even when you try to put in any effort, you put in the wrong exercise. But at least right now you know that doing with straight leg, so when there is no bend at your leg, that's going to get the job done. And you don't need to have any fancy machine. It can be either a standing one, dumbbell, whatever, a machine, or even just a leg press, really. And just for the sake of this video, I didn't do any biasing, so turning your foot in, out, hitting the inner head, the outer head, I just kept it straight. And just to prove that, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you are getting stronger, progressively overloading the exercise, it is going to grow. And guess what? They did grow. I also discarded the priority principle. And I did this to show you that even if you are not prioritizing it, the first exercise in your training, you can still grow that. So you can still be lazy, go to the gym, do your leg exercises first, quads, glutes, hamstrings, and then put it at the last one. Do only 2 to 3 sets to failure. In the 5 to 6 rep ranges, hold the stretch for 5 seconds, twice per week, and they are still going to grow. So I only did one exercise, sometimes on the leg press when they were using the calf press machine, for 9 months. Didn't change anything. Was it boring? Yeah, of course it was boring. But guess what? They grew. And sometimes I did the single leg version just to see if individually they are getting stronger, and they were getting stronger. They grew 7 centimeters in the past 9 months. 7 centimeters, that's a tiny bit more than 1 inch. And I even had a few people saying that when I was walking around in the gym that I recognize you by your calves. That's probably the best compliment you can ever get in your life, because people care about your calves and they notice it. And if it's disappointing your family, then by all means, we have to train it. If you found this video helpful, even though it's about calf training, then give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and talk to you in the next one.